then our internet seems to actually collapse and go down on us. Hopefully we've not lost many of you and you've actually stayed with us and haven't decided to go and watch a football match or something else that might actually be going on TV this evening. I know a lot of you out there are probably watching Love Island. That started on Monday night and that's always a big catch, gets a huge audience. So I will try to get you all finished by 9 o'clock tonight for all of you who want to actually switch over to Love Island. If we're still going on, you can always catch up with me and Bradley on one of our on the video anyway, on any of the platforms, in case you did want to leave us to watch Love Island. Hopefully you actually won't, because you'll be finding this evening quite interesting. So before we actually kind of lost you for a second, I was just saying about what we've really missed with lockdown, and that's kind of getting dressed up, doing our hair, and getting ready to go out, you know, having your glass of wine whilst you're getting ready to go out, that nice long bath with all your scented oils. Ooh, yes. And that's Bradley's thing. That's what he actually loves to do. If he's not at work, he spends most of his time in the bath, I think. Pretty much. Really. So if you don't ever know where to find him, just knock on the bathroom door, really, because he's normally in there like a little fish.
Yes, that's it.
Wallowing in the water. Through and through. Yeah. Oh, you're a Pisces as well, so yeah, it figures then, doesn't it, really? Figures. So we've kind of missed that getting ready to go out, and I would imagine there's an awful lot of you that have got clothes at home that you've bought, they're still in the bags, or you've hung them up in the wardrobe, they've still got the labels on because you've not had that opportunity to wear them. So now you can get kind of all your denim out as well. Denim's such a big hit this summer. All your boho dresses can come out as well. And you can actually start kind of thinking about spring and summer and how you want to dress, how you want to look. And it's kind of that time to actually up the ante, really, and make yourself look really glamorous. And also to have that kind of party vibe and how to accessorize your hair, really, as well. And I think tonight we're going to be doing a lot of accessorizing and just kind of giving you different ideas on how you can style your hair, or even if it's like a last minute thing and you happen to be out and you just get caught up in the mood and you want to just put a little something in your hair, you've got nature all around you. So you're going to be able to pick something up.
And I think that's the perfect season to do it, right, the summer.
Definitely.
And I think with everybody having been locked inside last year and missing all these events, I think the real vibe with everything has just been to just go for it.
Yeah.
When we look back at the fashion runway presentations, lots of accessories, wasn't there?
Lots of accessories, yeah. Yeah, anything from different headbands, scarves, turbans, hats, you name it, different slides, even just individual little beads like this that are, let me just take that a bit close, it's a bit difficult to show you. It's like a little diamante on a little clip like that. It just twists into your hair. And again, it's just to scatter those around. And it just gives you that very soft, very easy look. And even if you've got the shortest of hair as well, and you think, how can I actually accessorize my hair? Because it's really short. What can I do with it to make it look different? As you can see behind me, we've got one of our human hair wigs, the crystal, that's been cut really, really short. We've played with a lot of different shades using crazy colour on it to actually get that real kind of party, kind of festival kind of colours going on. And we popped a little headband onto it, little glittery headband, and it just makes that short hair stand out a little bit more for you. And also by using these little beads, you can easily just twist those into the hair as well. And they would just sit in, so you could actually just put a few little beads all the way over the hair. And when the lights go down and you've got the lights from, you know, different, what they're called, not, I can't say disco lights, can I? Because I'm too old to say, but it's not the right, but you've got all these different lights flashing.
Lights in the club.
Yeah, all the lights in the club, disco lights. I just hope some people are watching me.
We knew what you meant.
You know what I meant, it's showing my age, sorry. So all those kind of lasers and lights you get in clubs nowadays. You can put these little beads in with the little diamantes on, and it's just going to actually light your hair up. and people are going to think, oh wow, look at your hair, and it really will just lift it and make it look completely different, and it's just great for that party, isn't it?
It is, and all those kind of glittery things, they're also back again because of the whole like 90s revival. It's a big thing.
It is.
And also, it's Pride Month at the moment, Jane. It's all about the glitter.
All about yes.
All about the glitter.
All about glitter. All about colour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is our Pride off this month or not? It was cancelled, wasn't it?
It's an odd one because it's like International Pride Month this month, and then Brighton's Pride is
we're August. Yeah.
But and so is London.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's more because that in America.
Yeah. But you're going to see lots of rainbows going on anyway, aren't you?
Let's just keep it going
all this month.
Nice happy time.
And it's nice. I think it's celebrating again, isn't it? Exactly. It's using lots of glitter, lots of plaits in your hair, twisting your hair up, doing different buns. Just experiment with everything you've got. See what accessories you've actually got. Go to your daughter's drawer. If you've got young children, they've got hundreds of accessories for their hair. I can remember when my daughter was younger, dear, we used to spend an absolute fortune in a shop, which I won't tell you the name of because we're not really meant to advertise, I don't think. But there's one particular shop that I'm sure most mums know, or most people know, and you do spend a fortune in there buying different accessories. We kind of hunt around on the internet to buy ours. These little beads that we actually got, they were all off the internet, and the little hairbands that we actually use. And it's just finding things that you actually really like in something that's going to work with your outfit, with whatever colour you're actually going to wear, isn't it, for this summer. And don't be afraid of colour. Don't be afraid of experimenting. I mean, the colours now, we've got those really beautiful soft pastel pinks, which I think are just stunning. And they suit everybody's complexion. They always look really nice on somebody's complexion. And then going from the pinks, you've got all those blues. In denim is a really big thing this year. Cut off denims, denim all-in-one suits, your cat suits and everything, your denim dresses. So when you're wearing denim, maybe change your hair to blue or put a little bit of blue through it, and that will actually really pick up on all those fashion tones as well. And
we went into colour last week, didn't
we?
That
did.
was a really interesting one with the different placements and even the blondes that we've got. It's all feeling very summery.
It is,
so
yeah.
This is a nice natural colour one.
Yeah, we've got nice, I mean, some of the colours we do are actually quite amazing, and I think is keeping those colours is, sometimes you want to be quite vibrant or you want to make a statement. So you're going to go to like your purples and your blues and your pinks. That's not for everybody. Not everybody can carry that off. Some people just want to look fairly natural. And if you want to look very natural, but you still want to make a statement with your hair, if you go into a festival, go into a party, or maybe just go into a barbecue at a friend's house, and it's all going to be a celebration this year. We've got one particular wig that we've actually got that is called the Poppy. And when we were looking at colour placement last week, it was quite interesting, Bradley, wasn't it?
Wow.
About how we actually try, when we're doing colour as a company, we're constantly trying to keep ahead of the times and thinking about how colour actually works. And with this particular colour, as you can see, it's very soft. It's probably a dark blonde, but it's got some really nice subtle shades of different blondes running through that hair in caramel tones. But what is really great about it, and it's what a lot of people are doing with their own bio hair at the moment, and it's what we actually call a money piece. So they're having that lighter section put down the actual front of their hair. And as you can see, we've actually done that with this wig, and it worked absolutely beautifully, really. So we thought we'd try this one and just give it another kind of real festival, a completely different look to what we've actually had before. So I wanted to use two different things. First of all, I've got on a band, stretchy band, some different feathers just hanging down. So we've got different shades of feathers. We've got these very lovely natural blues and greens like from a kingfisher, which is beautiful, and then these more mottled ones as well. And these colours just kind of went really beautifully in with this colour wig. So I'm going to start just by popping that around my model's neck. I'm keeping the feathers to where I really want them, because I want them to be fairly near that front section. I'm just going to lift that up and just take out that money piece. So I want to take that money piece out so we've still got that lovely blonde bit is going on. I'm just going to lift those feathers up ever so slightly so I get them in the right place for what I'd like. And again, on the other side, I just want to take out that just very front section to actually take that very light money piece section out. I'm just sliding around a bit my head. So very, very simple. You know, things that we show you, I like to think that you can do all of this at home quite happily, and it's going to be quite easy for you to do. So we've taken that front section out. We've got our feathers, and now I'm going to use part of a turban. And this is part of a set. It's called the Boho collection.
So this is the Christine headwear piece, isn't it, Jane?
It is, yeah, and the fabric is really soft and silky
it is,
as
actually.
well.
So it's part of the Boho Spirit collection from this year's Spring-Summer catalogue.
Spring-Summer catalogue, yeah.
Yeah. So it's the Sapphire Boho Turban set, and the colour is mole, which is, I've never seen a mole, like an animal mole, in the flesh. But I imagine it probably is that colour, Jane.
Yeah, they're like a very, well, not that I've seen one either.
Grey brown. Yeah,
they're a muddy brown colour.
Encounter just on the daily, is it?
I did have some in my garden once.
Did you?
Yeah, I was getting all these little hills where they actually dig up. And obviously you don't want to kill them, but you don't want them in your garden.
Yeah.
So from the garden centre, you can buy this. And it's like a light, which has got a high-pitched buzz, and you stick them in the ground, and it scares them away, so they go off and dig somebody else's garden up. Perfect.
Oh, bless them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a mole, this colour.
It's a very nice
cool brown,
shade,
isn't it? It's a very natural colour, which I think lends itself really well to the feathers. And that whole kind of colouring, really, it's very 70s chic kind of boho.
It is, because, God, yeah, going back to the 70s, I mean, one with all the decorations in your home.
Yeah.
For one, you were like oranges and browns and every shade of brown going. But also the clothes you wore.
Yeah.
They were all very brown, different shades as well. But all very nice colours.
Yeah. Love a bit of a...
They were all browns and oranges. Just going to take a little bit of that hair back. I don't want quite so much. And all I've done with this, and with this particular turban, you actually get the separate scarf, and you actually get the turban as well. So you can wear them together, or you can actually wear them separate. On the model behind, she's actually wearing one from the same collection. And as you can see, we've put the turban on, and we've twisted the scarf around. So again, play around with what you've got, and you can get different looks. So I think with this, I mean, it is very 70s, isn't it?
I love this. It's right up my street. But I think, as you were saying about this material as well, it's ideal.
It's very the good life, isn't it? Penelope Keith.
And the material of these, this set in particular, so it's rayon material, so it's and the lining is cotton and spandex. So you've got that stretch, but the rayon itself will just keep you really cool.
Yeah.
So it's the perfect kind of thing to wear as a headband in the summer.
And actually, if you're wearing a wig and it's getting a bit hot in your nape area, just by putting that little turban underneath it, it's lifting that hair away from underneath your neck, so it's not getting quite so hot in that underneath area. So it's quite a nice thing to do. So for kind of our first look, as you can see, really simple. We've got those gorgeous little feathers, so you've got that little bit of fun going on, which is lovely.
Again, very 70s though, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got the lovely wave and movement from the poppy, and the poppy's from the Scented Lotus collection. And it's just, you know, you can take your hair, leave it back. You could actually twist some of that hair around the turban as well to stop it falling onto your face, which I think is actually quite a simple but nice little finish. And it's all these things you can accessorise to going out, or if you're going to a party, or even if you're in the office, maybe take the feathers away. If you're in the office, you're not going to need your feathers, but you could actually wear that part of the turban, but you don't even need to buy a turban to do it. You've probably got scarves at home, numerous scarves that you've actually got at home. Just pick one of your scarves up, as long as it's a really long one.
Yeah. You
can do all sorts of things with them, which I think is actually really great and lovely and easy to do. And you can actually have some of the scarf hanging down. So you've got a little bit hanging down, or you could have actually taken that all around as well. So different options for different things that you would like to do. I mean, you can be quite soft and quite natural with colour, like we have with this one, or you could actually be quite adventurous and go with a real clashing colour with your hair as well, which I think actually looks quite nice with the clashing colours. It depends whether you want to be natural or not, really.
It's got different ends of the spectrum, especially with festival season. I mean, anything goes, doesn't it?
It is.
But it's definitely reminiscent of the presentation we did, the broadcast earlier in the year about the runway shows. I think the Versace show, we saw a lot of kind of pirate style.
They did. There was a lot of scarves and turbans going on with that as well.
Image here that Jane very kindly gave me earlier. A little bit of inspiration there.
Yeah. So you can see, you know, your dark sunglasses on, isn't it? You can imagine a nice pair of sunglasses on. You've got that turban, and it's going to keep you quite cool as well during that summer. And also, you know, if you were out and you got really hot and you were wearing a wig, you could take your wig off and just keep your turban on as well. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I mean, if you wanted to stay in with the themes of turbans, Bradley.
Yeah.
And being hot as well, because I know a lot of us get, even with our own bio hair, we get hot, but wearing a wig especially, it traps that heat in, and we do get really quite warm when we're wearing a wig. You might want to think of something, what we call a halo. And this is the halo. It comes with a detachable fringe, so you can get rid of your fringe. And it's almost as if we've cut the top of the actual wig out. So it's allowing you to be a lot cooler, and you're going to actually feel a lot fresher as well. Great for going to the gym, great for on the beach, going for a walk on holiday if you don't want to be wearing your wigs, but you still want to give the impression that you've actually got hair. And
it's most of your heat.
We lose
at the top of your head, doesn't
we
it?
do. We lose at least 75% of our heat through our head.
Wow.
So if you imagine you've got a hat on, you've actually got your own bio hair, you're wearing a wig, that's why we get really sticky and really hot, and we need to wash our hair regularly. So you could always choose to wear a halo. And if you're out walking along the beach, we've got different hats that we sell. I mean, you can pick hats up in any of your different local high street shops. This is another one from Christine Headwear, which is beautiful. I've actually got this one. I've had this one now for a few seasons. And you're going to think, oh God, what's she doing? It squidges up So you can fold it flat into your suitcase and not worry about it. And then it just pops straight back to shape again, which is lovely.
Don't these have a level of sun protection as well?
They do. They're actually made with a very special new technology, and it's what we actually call 37.5 degree technology. And it's kind of put into the actual material and into this fabric as well. And it actually helps to actually keep your body at the optimum temperature that we should be,
right,
at 37.5. So if you start to get too hot, it'll lower your temperature. If you're too cold, again, it'll bring your temperature up.
And doesn't it completely block out the sun's rays?
It's got the SPF 50.
SPF, yeah.
So again, for those people, if you don't have any hair, or even if you've got hair, it's so important to actually protect your skin. Wear your factor 50, at least on your face and everything that's exposed. Top up your suntan lotion all the time. But if you want to protect your skin and protect your face, wear a wide brim hat. It's the best thing you can actually do. And it's got that factor in it as well, so it's protecting you.
Yeah.
You've got this lovely cotton, almost inside lining to the actual hat as well. And another advantage is it's got these little ties. So you can tighten it up. So your hat's not going to actually blow off in the wind. Because I think it's one of those actual things when we're actually wearing hats, we're always kind of holding on to them a bit because they can actually blow off. Mm-hmm. This isn't going to blow off in the wind at all. So you would just tighten it to how you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And away you go. And, you know.
I had a question, Jane, about this, and it is, can you wear that hat without hair? Obviously, I think.
Of course you can, yeah.
Style that out in any look.
It's actually got quite a deep base to it. Mm-hmm. So it's not going to be just covering that top of the head. Let me just take that halo off. So imagine we've just got a head with no hair. Pop that hat on, and you can see how much it actually covers. Mm-hmm. And because you've got those strings inside, you can tighten it up so it's going to be really secure on your head and not actually fly off. So yeah, you can wear it with or without hair. It's just whether you want to give it that illusion that you've got hair. Mm-hmm. If you want to give it the illusion, use a halo. If you want to be completely cool, and you know, I'm always in the summer, I wear sun hats all day long. So you can wear it without your hair quite happily, Bradley. But I think they're great.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's worth investing in one of these because of that SPF 50 and because of that 37.5 technology that goes on in it as well. So they're great. I love them. Really great hats to have. And again, that's from Christine Headwear. So you'd be able to find those on our website. I thought I might be correct in saying that. I looked at Bradley when I said it because he was going to tell me no. But yeah, you'll find those on our website along with the halo as well. So if you wanted the hair, or if you've got an old wig that you're wearing and maybe you think, oh, actually, I don't want to buy anything new, you could always adapt the wig that you're wearing as well. Just cut the top hat off and it could be an old one that you're wearing. Great for going for walks out in the garden and different things like that as well. Also, you know, if you do a lot of sport, you could actually, the Christine Headwear do a really lovely baseball cap as well. And they actually fit really nicely down into the nape of the neck. So again, a normal baseball cap is to about here. Christine Headwear comes down a lot longer in that nape area. So again, you'd be able to actually wear those without hair as well. So it's another great way to actually stay quite cool. And before we move on the same kind of subject is keeping cool. If you're wearing a wig, whether you've got hair underneath your wig or maybe you're completely free of hair, it's always quite important. And I think a lot of people think, do they need to wear a wig cap or not? And I think it's a really optional thing to whether you do choose to wear a wig cap. But with the wig caps, It gives you a lot of protection between the scalp and the wig. So it keeps your scalp feeling very soft. This particular one is from Christine as well, and it's the BB Belinda wig cap. And again, this is actually got in the fabric that 37.5 technology as well. So it's going to keep your temperature at the correct temperature. You're not going to overheat. You're not going to get too cold either. And around the perimeter, it's got what we call some anti-slip PU going all around the actual perimeter. So it's going to be quite secure when it's on. And also because when we perspire, and we all do to different levels. Some people might say, oh, I don't perspire, Jane, but we all do a little bit or a lot, depending on who we are and what age we are as well, ladies. So this, by wearing a wig cap like this, all your perspiration would be soaked into this wig cap. It's not going to be touching the foundation of your wig. So hence it's going to actually help protect your wig a lot better as well. So it's protecting your wig, it's protecting the base, and it means that you won't be having to wash. If it's a synthetic wig, you probably won't be having to wash it every couple of days. You can actually leave it the 7 to 10 days and just rinse out your wig cap every evening. It's just like a pair of tights, so it'll dry really very quickly every evening as well. So I would always recommend wearing a wig cap if you can. The BB Belinda one is lovely. We do other different wig caps as well that you can actually choose from, but that's particularly quite good just because it's got the 37.5 technology in it.
Anything that we've talked about today from this collection, Christine, it's all available online. There's so many different prints as well, isn't there?
Amazing prints for the summer.
Loads of them.
Yeah.
So definitely worth having a look. The catalogue is probably a better way to browse, I would say, with Christine. Although saying that, there's quite nice swatch sizes on our website.
Yeah, for the different swatches.
I do love the catalogues.
The catalogue's lovely. The actual photo shoots they do, they go to a different location and they do beautiful shoots.
They really do.
Really nice shoots.
Both available on the website. So head over to www.trendco.co.uk and check out the brochure section. Christine Hedworth's most recent brochure is on there to download and view, or just browse the collection through our website in the Hedworth section.
Yeah.
And get buying. There's so much that you can look at, and so much you can do to accessorise with these pieces.
It's a lovely one, and they do they just do 2 collections a year. So we've got the spring and summer out at the moment, and then they do an autumn winter collection as well.
I think that keeps it simple.
So I think it does keep it simple. It keeps it easy to understand. And they just introduce those new fabrics every year and new different prints as well, which is lovely. And you can get some really good ones. Absolutely lovely. And they do ones for children as well. So if you've got any youngsters who need to actually wear a turban, they do their Petite Tiger and the Petite Peanut range for children, which is really cute. It's very sweet. And they do them for boys as well as little girls as well. And also for your gents watching.
Yeah, they've got some quite cool.
They have some very nice hats on there.
Into those.
I've got one in my office at the moment. It's if you wanted, I didn't know if you wanted to go and grab it. But I got one in my office, which when this summer season came out, last summer season came out, I was due to go away on holiday. It's now been cancelled twice where I was going, and that was going to be my hat for my holidays.
Oh, I love a bucket hat.
And it's still here.
Well,
maybe next year.
They're still on trend. They've been around for a couple of years back in now. So
it's going to be fine.
Absolutely. So, Jane, I've got another one of these little cards. Not with earlier. So, do you want to tell me a little bit about this style here?
So simple, so understated, isn't it, really?
It is.
And I think if you wanted something that is understated, something very easy to do, again, just picking something up that you might have in your wardrobe, in your accessories, or a necklace. All I've done with this one behind me, and you can see these lovely little pearls on like almost an invisible wire.
Yeah.
Can you see that on the camera, Bradley?
I mean, you can't see the wire on the camera.
Can you see the whole thing? Shall I bring her forward? Not easy. But as you can see, it just gives that understated look. You might, you know, feel that you don't want to be too kind of young or doing anything too kind of ultra trendy and modern. But this is just a very classic kind of look. So, and this was a necklace.
Oh, really?
So it's a piece of 3-string necklaces with just the little beads on them, and I've just gripped it either side. So opened it up and just gripped it in either side.
I love that.
So you can
get inventive.
You can use anything like that.
This is it, isn't it?
And
it's just embellishing.
Yeah, and that's just giving that lovely little party look at the front, if that's what you actually want. Simple to do. Again, maybe you want something to show at the back. And again, just another necklace. And you could just clip that in. Again, with some little curvy grips. And you've got that real statement of something going on at the back of your head. And it takes seconds.
It's very goddess.
It's just looking to see what you've actually got. And I think that's lovely to do that at the back. But also, equally, just as good by putting your little pearls through the front. But those were just 2 necklaces that we chose to use.
I love the texture of this piece as well, Jane. Have you done anything to this?
This particular one, yeah, this is the diamond from our gem collection, so our 18-inch human hair wig. The colour is a bespoke colour because it was actually changed for this particular wig. It started off with the very bright red we do, which is the 33130. So the end colour, you can see, is actually quite a bright red. And then we actually took some colour 5 through the top and almost done like a reverse balayage on it to give it that look. And then to actually change that texture of the hair, I used a very fat curling tong.
Right.
So I just actually curled it with a curling tong, let it cool down completely, and then I just put my fingers through it, and I used the wax blast. So let me just pop my head back a second.
It's got really nice movement to it as well.
It is beautiful. So with using those curling tongs, it was great. And then the product I put through it was the Redken Wax Blast, which is that one. Again, they're all available on our website. You can get them through any of our retail shops as well. And it's just it's a spray, because a lot of wax comes as a solid and you've got to rub it through. But this is just a spray that you can just spray on and then just take your fingers through it. Gives it that lovely shine, but it just actually breaks up that movement as well. And that was as simple as it was for that one. Really quite simple and easy to do. But the wax blast is great. It's great for giving that little bit of texture without it being kind of clumpy and too solid, really. You can
do that with curls. It can sort of weigh it down.
It can make them be a little bit... I think it can make them be a bit stiff and a bit crunchy. And you want that to be, I mean, if, you know, you were outside, that would just carry on moving, but it would actually still keep that slightly separated look to it as well.
Really nice.
Thank you, which is really nice.
So curls are definitely a thing, aren't they, this season? Again, that sort of different textures that we've got. And you go from one end of the spectrum sort of through to the other. So you've got more of like a loose,
so we've got
beach kind of...
Yeah, it's very beachy, isn't it? Very soft. It's, Again, I mean, you can do that straight. You could do it a lot curlier as well. I mean, human hair, you can do what you like with it. You know, play around and do exactly what you want. But if you wanted a lot curlier, then we can actually, you know, make wigs a lot curlier for you.
Yeah.
And also with stock ones, there's quite a lot of curlier stock ones.
It's that volume, isn't it?
It's having that lift, that big hair, isn't it, really?
Which is another thing this season we've seen.
It's a massive thing this season, seeing all that big hair. And I'm going to do something for you in a minute for big hair to make your hair even bigger.
Yeah.
But before we do that, I just wanted to play around a little bit with colour and just show you how simple some of the different things there are with colour. You've got this wig, which again is one of our favourites. This is the Breezy Waves from the Muse collection, and it's in a frozen sapphire. So we've got that really nice, deep, almost royal blue kind of root going on, and then this much softer blue ends to it. It's like almost like a soft cloud blue. It's like, you know, if you're looking at the sky and all the clouds have all kind of merged into one, but you've got that soft blue coming through. But it's nice because as it moves, you've got that depth of that underneath colour coming through as well. And we thought a simple way, if you were wearing something like that, wearing a colour like that, and you wanted to accessorise your hair again, headbands are easy. This particular one, these are all actually bespoke. These that we've got several of these in different colours, and they're absolutely beautiful. These are made by somebody in Sussex, and if you wanted that lady's details or find out where these are made, again, just contact our office on 01273 774977, and they'll be able to give you all that information. But just by simply just popping a headband onto the top, you have a completely different look. I mean, great if you're being a bridesmaid, great for parties.
They would be so beautiful in weddings, wouldn't they, those?
I think they're stunning.
Really,
Absolutely
really
stunning. They come in, and each one is individually made. All the beads are actually put onto the band individually, so every pattern is going to be completely different. So yeah, if you've got you want something for your bridesmaids this summer, if you just want something going to a party yourself, I think something like that is really, really simple to actually use. If you didn't want anything quite so big and quite as chunky as that one, again, you can get just quite delicate ones like these little pearls. So again, you could just put some little pearls into the actual piece as well, which is slightly more delicate. So it depends what kind of statement you actually want to make, isn't it, really? But again, I think it's quite fun, all the different things that you can actually do. And sticking with the theme of headbands and braids, this wig I'm looking at now is the Divine Waves. It's really long. It's beautiful. It's got that lovely soft wave to it, and it's in a lilac cloud.
I love that colour.
It's beautiful. It's got a lovely, lovely lace parting to it, so it looks, and a lace front. So when it's on that head, we bring it closer, it just looks really, really natural, which is great. It's also what we call a high heat fibre. So you're able to straighten it, and you're able to actually curl it as well. I'm just going to leave it in the natural curl. It comes straight out of the box. And this wig was just taken straight out of the box today. As you can see, it's just a beautiful movement to it. And
that's got similar movements to what you created with the human hair.
It has with the human hair, yeah. Great thing about synthetic though, wash this, it's going to stay like it.
Yeah.
Wash my human hair one, you've got a little bit of work to actually get it back like it again. So it depends if you like playing with human hair and doing all these things. But again, if you wanted to actually do something to actually change this, you're going out and you wanted a different look altogether, you can, and we've bought quite a few of these different ones again on the internet. You can buy these headbands, different designs on them, like that one's just silver and pearls again on it, and little diamantes. Then you can have ones with just blue beads on them. So again, whatever colour you've got, you can actually kind of match it to your outfit or match it to the colour of your hair as well. And then we've got this lovely one that I'm going to work with, which has just got these very kind of same colour beads really as the actual hair. So I'm going to pop that on, take it over her head, and again pop it over the actual top, just leaving it slightly soft around that face. I don't want to scrape that hair back too much. And again on that side.
Got a really lovely hairline, isn't it? With the
really natural hairline, Bradley. It is gorgeous. Bring that slightly forward, but what I wanted to do, and what I can show you, when you do that, you actually see this band, which I don't like at all. So what you can do to disguise that, and really simple, again, something you can do yourself. Also, it's going to give you a lot more confidence when you're wearing the wig. If it's a little bit blowy, just by having that band around, you're going to actually feel quite secure that your wig isn't going to actually slide. So I'm just taking some of that hair and just twisting it in my fingers, taking it under the band and again under the band. It helps to actually give it a little bit of shape, as you can see, through those actual sides, but we've still got the actual design on the top that we can see. So again, just going to take a little bit of that hair and once more just twist it. So I'm just twisting it in my fingers. I'm going to then lift the band out, twist it and take it under and just soften that off, and you just get a really nice soft effect. But from the actual top you can actually still see you've got that pretty little band, so you've got all that lovely design and detail, but you've also got that security that you know when you're wearing your wig it's not going to actually slip, it's not going to slide anywhere. So if you're out at a party, out at a festival, it's going to actually last all evening for you, which is great. If you wanted to take it one step further, you can do, because you might want to get rid of all that hair at the back. And you could always just, again, leave some of that hair out through the underneath. And a lot of us are wearing kind of scrunchies and headbands all the time. We've normally got a band in our pocket. I know I normally do because I've always got my hair up and down. You could just take it up into a little ponytail. Get rid of that. If you wanted to, just to take it again off your actual nape, and then you can just have a nice little ponytail with it as well. So I think it is just playing around with the different things you want to do, isn't it? Yes. Look after it, think about what you've got in your cupboard, and maybe having an afternoon with your girlfriends playing around with your hair and looking for those different looks that you might want to achieve with it. And looking on the internet, you can find so many of these different things as well going on.
Headbands have been a big thing again, haven't they?
Headbands are huge, yeah, really huge. And do you know, they work really, really well for most people because they're so easy to actually do, aren't they? Yeah. Easy to put on. You don't really need any skill. If it's got these little bands, you can really utilize those little bands. Again, if you wanted to do a little bit of something else, you could just take maybe some fresh flowers and just pop a fresh flower in your hair as well. Well in hair, I think. And you know, if you were out at somebody's party in their garden, or just, you know, in a park, and you fancied a little bit of flowers going on, you could just pinch something, couldn't you? Cut something off and put a little flower into it. But you know,
no, not coming round my foot.
Yeah. So I think you can do just those lovely different little things, really. If you wanted to actually put something through the back, you could always just grab a little bit of ivy out of somebody's garden, couple of clips, and you could just clip it in to the back of your actual hair, and then it looks like you've just got a little halo of ivy as well. So you can just do, I think, really simple things without having to go to a huge expense. I love that little purple flower in with that hair. I like it just on its own, actually. I think it's just gives it enough. So you can do, I mean, your poor friends now will be thinking, I'm not inviting them round because they're going to be pinching all the flowers out my garden.
Just you, Jane.
Just me, yeah, looking around to see what they've got. Yeah, which is just lovely. So easy, Bradley.
Very
easy. Easy to do, but just looks quite effective, I think. And you can get fake flowers as well if you didn't want to use real flowers. Just look at all the fake flowers that are actually around, and we've got lots of fake flowers. It look really good. And the great thing about a fake flower, you're going to be able to keep using it.
Yeah.
So that's, again, another really good advantage, isn't it, really? Absolutely. To keep using that flower.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
you have
great.
One giant thing you were going to show us about volume.
I was, because
which incorporated some flowers as well.
I'm going to incorporate some flowers into that. Yeah, we've got quite a few flowers here behind scenes, and what I wanted to do was looking at one of our longer synthetic wigs, and this is the Brittany, and it's in a colour ginger brown. So we've got that really nice warm brown with that lighter pieces of kind of copper in red going through the hair. And already it's actually quite long hair, as you can actually see. But you might want to actually have a lot more volume. You might really want to actually be making a big statement. You're going out, you go into a party, and you just want to actually create a lot of hair. And an easy way to do this, and we're going to show you how to do that now, is by using a 3/4 piece. Again, this is synthetic. It's a 3/4 wig, so you've got little teeth on the top that will slide into the hair. It's not going to damage your wig at all, and also little teeth at the bottom. And as you can see, it's quite stretchy. It's got a lot of give to it, so it would fit over any wig. If you've got your own bio hair, they're great to use with your own bio hair as well. We also do one of these in a human hair as well, which is called the Septimo, which is fantastic. Great for those people if you just had your extensions taken out, you want to give your hair a bit of a rest, but you want that long hair for going out with the weekend. Look at the Love to Change collection for the Aphrodite and the Athena, which are the synthetic ones, or the Septimo for the human hair. So we've got our little clips, and I'm just going to leave my front area out. And this will just hold the clips flat to the head, these little slides, and again, just slide it back. I'm not going to put the hair up underneath because I want to create that double volume, really. And I'm just stretching it down at the back, and you can see that I'm giving it quite a good stretch, and it's just going to pick up that hair of the wig. And as you can see, by doing that, I've actually created even more length, so it's even longer. The length of the wig is to about here, so we've got that extra length, about another 6 inches or so added onto that. These are both in the same colour, so the colours just blend absolutely beautifully together. So you're getting a lot more volume, creating all that extra lift in volume. I'm just going to take some of that hair through there, bringing my fringe across. So I've just got that little side fringe going on. And then what I can actually do is then just start to incorporate, if I wanted again to put a hairband on it of any kind, I could put a hairband on it which just disguises that join. Again, for wedding hair, it's simple. Bridesmaids, wedding hair, you can do anything with it. If you didn't want to wear a headband, but you actually wanted to make use of a lot of fresh flowers, again, you can just tuck your fresh flowers into it to create a little halo all the way around. Just take them through the actual wefting. Just take some more of this. And you know, for people, if you're out there and you're a hairdresser watching maybe and you do a lot of wedding hair, or you know, school proms, end of year kind of hair, that kind of thing, again, these are very simple looks that you can do. I'm just going to get a couple of little grips so I can just grip that flower in. Keep it quite flat, don't want it too standing up, that little flower. Keeping it quite flat to the head as you go. And you can use as many flowers as you want, whatever colour, whatever combination you've actually got. As you can see, we're getting quite a nice little look. I'm just going to put some little white ones. And I haven't been anybody's garden actually getting these flowers.
Disclaimer, disclaimer.
Before you ask, Bradley, where have you been? Where did you go at lunchtime, Jane?
Where were you today?
Yeah. Yeah, where did you disappear to today?
I do love the whole flower crown look. It's very festival.
I love
again, it's quite 60s, isn't it? It's
yeah, you get that lovely vibe to it.
Retro.
I just think it's nice having flowers in hair. And you can choose what colour you want to go with what outfit you're actually wearing. And it's all about, I think, just building that look up as you go along and seeing how much you actually want of something. There's no right and there's no wrong way of actually doing it. You can be as much and be quite subtle, or you can actually go a little bit crazy. It's entirely up to you. And I'm just going to put that one in. So you can see that's just giving that kind of little halo of look. And then if you just wanted to dot a couple of little flowers going down, maybe you can just have tiny, smaller sprigs of the gypsophilia, and you can just have it and just place it in different areas on the actual wig. And just use a little clip just to clip it in so it's not going to actually slide off when you're walking anywhere. And again, it just looks, you can just really begin to actually build that up and just have those little kind of sprigs of white going through it, which are absolutely lovely. It's almost getting hidden by the hair as well.
I think that's what's nice though, Jane.
When you actually
blend it in.
Yeah, you can actually see that, and it's just like you just get a glimpse of it. It's like that tantalizing little glimpse, isn't it, that you can actually get of these lovely flowers. And it's all about just placing it where you're happy to actually see that little flower going on.
Things like this always make me think of like a Midsummer Night's Dream or something like that, like a forest nymph creature.
Yeah. It's just lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you can, if you wanted to get a little bit more kind of brave with your colour and you didn't want to do your white, you could always put some purple in with that as well. I think I actually like the white.
Yeah.
We both said, like, yeah, didn't like the purple on that one. I like the purple on the other one we done.
Yeah, I think it works really nicely with the purple wig. I think the contrast of this against the dark hair is really nice.
And it's just really kind of keeping that hair nice and fluffy around it. Or just balance it out on the other side and put a little bit of... And you don't need to buy a lot of flowers either. It's just a couple of sprigs that you actually need to actually place in. And you can actually play around and get, you know, you can get quite carried away with how much you want to put into somebody's hair. And something like that, you know, if you go in somewhere, you've got a special celebration to go to, or even if it's just a party in somebody's garden, you know, nice garden party, just treat yourself to a couple of flowers.
Yeah.
And put into it, I think, which is just really nice.
I think the additional hair that's been added into it has made a huge difference as well.
Massive difference, isn't it? So you can see we've just got a little bit on both sides. You can keep that fringe quite smooth if you want to across the front. Let's just take that bit away. We've just got that. Yeah, I'm quite happy. You can do as much as you wanted. I don't want to go over the top. If you wanted to put flowers through the actual back, you could as well. And just have them dotted around the back so you've got some design through the back. And just keep your flowers, keep it simple, maybe one colour. Again, if you wanted to put any kind of other diamantes in it, like the ones we were using earlier, you could always get a couple of these that are on like the little spiral and put a couple of diamantes in with it as well. So you've actually got that little bit of sparkle coming out as well, which I think looks quite nice. So what's your take, Bradley?
I really like it. I think just keeping it kind of simple with the one shade.
One shade's lovely.
Flowers just works really nice.
Yeah.
It's very classic.
Easy to do, and again, anybody can do that, but just to have that extra volume of hair and that extra length, it really does kind of, it gives you, it's a real statement, isn't it, to actually have all of a sudden that massive head of hair.
And I think it balances out. You get away with having larger flowers or more of them, or the crown just blends in better if you've got the additional volume. If you've got quite sleek hair, I think it might stand out a little bit too dramatic.
I think you need that extra hair for it. And what a fun thing to do, isn't it, really? Yeah. If you're wearing wigs or even if it's with your own bio hair, get something to match in colour and then just play around with all your different flowers.
Ultimate summer goddess vibes. Right?
Yeah, easy. And I think we're going to be seeing a lot of that as we go through the actual summer, which is lovely. And again, you could always put a Bit of ivy in the back. You can get carried away.
You can get carried away.
But again, you could just put a couple of just the odd sprig, just so you can just see a little bit of colour through that back.
Just to show how authentic
if you wanted
this is,
to.
Jane's literally cutting the flowers as she's going.
I am.
So it's no different to you picking them from your mate's garden, as Jane's encouraged you to do, and using them as you go.
As you go, yep. We'll all be doing that this weekend. Let's hope
nobody's garden's left untouched. No one is safe.
Everybody should always have cut flowers in their garden. So you can actually go and cut the flowers. I bought 2 beautiful roses for my garden last weekend, so they'll be planted. Well, at the moment they're not planted at all because of the rain. But yeah, easy, Bradley.
There we go.
Nice little summer look, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is great. So hopefully you've all been inspired about the different kind of looks that you can achieve for the summer, party season, festivals, whatever your plans might be, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Hopefully you're going to have lots of plans and have some exciting things to actually do. And think about, buns and twists and braids and those all-important accessories as well. And I think that really does just make a big difference to your hair. Absolutely. If you're going to be using those accessories.
Don't forget to check back on last week's webinar as well, so you can find out more about what colours are on trend.
Yeah.
In the coming season, and the season that we're in now, really. So if anybody's looking for inspiration on making a change,
to have something new for that summer, isn't it? A new look. And I think actually we all get, when it gets to the summer, we get a little bit itchy feet kind of thing. You really want to do something different. You look at your wardrobe and think, God, I want a new outfit. And then you start looking at your hair thinking, I need to change the colour. I need to do something different. And wigs make it so easy to make those changes. It makes it such fun, so easy. And then learn how to accessorise them. And nobody's ever going to know the difference, whether it's your own bio hair or a wig that you're actually wearing.
And at the end of the day, why shouldn't you be able to enjoy it as if it is your own bio hair?
Absolutely. And
just go for it.
That's what the important thing is, isn't it, really?
Exactly.
You need to be able to actually just wear it and feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And have fun. But you can kind of go quite mad, you can be quite understated, you can do so many different things in different looks, which, as you can see this evening, we've done quite a few for you, which is quite nice. I mean, this is beautiful because it is so understated. And then I love the turban look as well. There's so many I do love. And the purple one with the purple flower, that was just pinch one flower as you're walking down the road, isn't it? Yeah. So everybody will be looking at their neighbours' gardens now.
Exactly that. That's it. Well, thank you so much, Jane.
You're welcome, and we'll be back again.
We will be back again
next week. And can you remember our subject for next week?
I actually can't. I was going to ask you if you can remember.
It's really bad, isn't it? 'Cause
we'll be back next week.
We do so many subjects, and we've got lots more in the pipeline, and all exciting ones, I think.
They are, and we're currently at the moment writing our next set of presentations for you.
We
are,
because
if anybody has anything they want to see,
please let us know.
Please let us know.
Yeah, and we can actually do a whole programme to suit whatever you'd like to see, or maybe several programmes depending on what you actually want to see.
Yeah.
Be great to have your input and your feedback.
Yeah.
So it's not just always mine and Bradley's kind of thoughts what we're going to be doing. We've got some good ones coming up, though. I know that, some really exciting ones coming up. But please give us your ideas. It might be that you want us to see, how do you wash human hair wigs? How do you look after a wig? How personalising a wig. Maybe you want us to actually go over cutting and showing you personalising and cutting wigs and changing that wig completely.
Yeah.
Looking at top pieces again. You think about it, and any ideas, please just either email us at bradley.co.uk. No, Bradley at trenco.co.uk.
I've got my own website now.
Or Jane at trenco.co.uk. So very, very easy.
Yeah.
emails for us, or just drop us any messages, and we do look at all the messages we get on all these live feeds as well.
And as always, all of these webinars stay on all of our platforms in which they broadcast, other than Instagram. So you can check them out on YouTube and Facebook. And if there's anything you see there that you particularly enjoyed, but you feel like you'd like us to go just that little bit more in depth, let us know. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, we're here for you, and we'll be able to do anything you'd like. Absolutely. Within reason. Within reason. All right. Well, thanks again, Jane. It's lovely to hang out tonight. Yep. Watch everything going on, and we'll be back again next Wednesday. See you again next Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. Start looking at your neighbours' gardens and start thinking about what you can do with your hair. And if you see Jane coming at yours with some scissors, close the gate. Close the gate. All right. Night, everyone.